Today, we are honored to sit with a woman whose life is a testimony of healing, faith, and restoration. Donna Scott is a licensed marriage and family therapist with over 3 decades of experience. She is the author of The Tapestry of Trauma and a compassionate helping people connect their wounds to the healing power of God.
Just call me, I'll be there. It don't matter, just say where. I'll be right by your side through everything, you know I'll ride. Just stay cool, I'll come through to pray for, encourage, and uplift you. When my sister wins, I win. When my sister wins, I win. At the Sisters Cafe.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to this segment of Sisters Cafe. We are here with the wonderful Miss Donna Scott. Cafe, help me welcome Donna to the cafe. Yay!
What a privilege and honor to be at the cafe.
Oh, I'm so excited. I'm so excited.
Me too.
This makes me kind of feel like when they say something is full circle.
Mm-hmm.
It's been 2015. It's been 16 years.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
That. Well, 11. No.
It's only 11? Oh, yeah, it is.
Yeah. Ma'am.
Why I didn't.
Ma'am.
We see why
That's
I don't
okay.
do math.
I'm a therapist because I don't do math.
I don't either.
I don't do math.
Ooh, I aged just big time. Big time. But no, I'm super excited and I'm glad that you are here. What caught my attention is you doing some big things. I watch you go live. I have to admit, I don't watch the whole things, but I do watch.
Okay, I appreciate it.
I'm listening.
Mm-hmm.
I'm listening for nuggets. I'm listening to how to be better. You know, me being the best version of me, guru. I'm always looking for ways to help myself and other people be our best selves.
Mm-hmm.
And as we were talking backstage, what I do understand is that therapy is very necessary, extremely necessary. Now we know what the bio says, but can you tell us a little bit about you?
A little bit about me. Well, I think what starts is I am a PK and talking about living in a glass bowl.
Right.
You know, for those other PKs, pastors' kids, it's everything you do, everybody zero in on.
Yes.
And I remember there was a time where I was just feeling so exposed, and because I was getting critique too.
Mm-hmm.
And one day the Holy Spirit said they're focusing on the wrong father.
Wow.
And I was like, huh. So I kept praying and thinking about that. So the next time somebody said, you're the pastor's kid, you should know better, I then replied, well, isn't it more important about our Heavenly Father and that we do for Him and we pay attention for Him? So in that case, you're a PK too, right? And after that, they stopped messing with me.
Good.
So I think, we were talking about relationships too. And my husband, I'm going to a retreat in March, and they were saying, say a fun fact. And I went to my daughter, I was like, what's a fun fact about me? And she said, the fact that you broke up with Dad for 2 years before marrying him. I was like, oh yeah, that's a good one.
That is a very good one. Because you're at what, 35 years now?
Yeah, we're at this year will be our 39th anniversary.
Wow. Congratulations on that.
Thank you. I didn't see it happening.
Really?
We had dated for a year, and he was already in love with me, and I was in the friend zone, and I was like, ooh, yeah. He's like, God told me you're my mate. And I said, he didn't tell me. I'm out. And again, God knows who we need. And it took 2 years. He had some growing. I had a lot of growing to do. Because when I prayed for a boyfriend and then a mate, it was more about what could he do for me. And God used that time to, no. I need you to shift that a little bit. How can you be the, I'm gonna steal this, be the best version of who you are as my daughter?
Right.
Not so much what can you get, the Valentine's Days and all that from a man. No, you need this first. And God was working with him too. So yeah, he brought us back together and we've been blessed with 4 children. And
wow.
And I appreciate him because as a therapist, we in California, it's very hard to get licensed. So you have to earn like 3,000 hours.
Wow.
And oh yeah. And when the Lord blessed, all my children are miracles. My doctors told me I shouldn't have kids. God blessed me with 4 kids. Wow. And my first kid was my toughest pregnancy, so I had to take a leave of absence. And when I came back, I had worked for another year. And this is God's divine appointment because he brought my first supervisor. We met in the store. And she was saying, Donna, I remember you hadn't registered as an intern. And I said, oh, no, because it was optional. What my current supervisor didn't tell me was the law had changed and I needed to be registered.
Oh,
Gladys, I lost 1,000 hours.
No.
1,000 hours.
Wow.
And I went home and I literally was sobbing and I was done. I was like,
Yeah.
And so my husband came home, saw me crying, took the baby. He said, okay, I said, I'm done. I'll just be a housewife. It's it. That's it. And he said, okay, I will support you in whatever you decide. But didn't you tell me God called you to be a therapist? And then he left the room. I'm talking about, why are you pulling the God card?
With that.
Do you not see my pain?
Yes. I love it. I love it.
So needless to say, I did what God said, and this is why I can be here to help others. But I blame my husband.
That's wonderful, though. Those are the kind of things I say is when you know it's God. He's God sent.
Oh,
When I tell you,
wow.
God does all things well.
Oh my, and wait, God wastes nothing because look what you're doing.
Nothing.
He wastes nothing.
That song, I only know the end of it, but I trust in God.
Yes.
But the end of it says, I sought the Lord.
Yes.
And
yes. And he answered.
That's been playing in my head for years.
Yes.
I just bust out singing it because he did it. Where I thought he wasn't listening, it wasn't going to happen for me. I know he can do it, but he just not going to do it for me.
Yes.
That's where I was with it. And when I told you, he just turned that around. But I had to do work on me.
Yes.
It's funny. Me and him just watched that Relationship Goals movie last night. And I was like, you know what? I want to do something for the cafe about this list we write. Because had I looked at my list and compared it to the husband, I would have been like, yeah, nah, I'm good. I'm going to go over here and see what homeboy doing. But when I let God do it, okay, God, you got it. I trust you. You're sovereign.
Yes.
I'm open to what you have for me. You know, we keep asking for things, but we dismiss it when it doesn't look like what we want.
What doesn't line up.
Right. So I had to let go of that. However, Lord, I'm asking you to open my eyes so that I can see what it is that you're sending me because I prayed for it.
Yes.
And, you know, even for debt, I remember I was like, I want to be debt free. I want to be debt free. but I wasn't changing any of my habits.
Right.
And then it got to the point where even one of the creditors took me to court, and then the IRS had no student loans had garnished my wages, and when this went on for a few years, but when all was said and done, it was gone. So it wasn't what I thought. I thought he was just going to blow on it and it went away. No, I had to go. I made the mess. I had to go through the mess. But I came out of it just like I asked, and that's without the debt.
Wow. So
because it didn't come at first, I was like, God, did you even hear what I said? This is crazy. And I'm like, he did hear what I said. He heard exactly what I said. But because if he would have wiped my slate clean, I probably would have did it again.
Look at that.
He did it the way he did it. I'm like, I don't want to do that ever again. I don't need nobody to garnish nothing. I don't want this. Don't call me about nothing. I don't even trip them. I don't even know what creditors sound like no more.
Peace.
Like,
isn't it something when we have that moment of, oh God, you do know what you're doing?
Yes.
Can I get a witness? I'm right there with you. I am right there with you.
Oh my God. That's exactly how. Oh,
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Who knew?
You know what? And I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful for it. And it brings a whole new level of trust, because when stuff don't look like I think it should, I can be like, okay, God, let's see what's going to happen. And, and that's the way it is. I moved to Houston because my son was here. I was driving from Louisiana to Houston every single Thursday night and going back on Sunday for about a year because he had my grandbaby, and she misses her grandma all the time.
Okay. Oh, sure. Yes. I'm thinking you're going to see your son. Mm-hmm.
I mean, I want to see him too, but no, it was that grandbaby.
Sure. Okay. I got you.
He knows it, and I make no apology for it. Right now, I was in San Diego. LA. I just went because my middle baby turned 30. Can you believe that?
Oh,
my goodness!
Nice.
So I was out there, but low key, I got to play with my grandbaby. We went to Universal Studios. It was amazing. I had the best grandparents in the world, and I just I want that for them.
Yeah.
My world revolved around grandma and grandpa. And I want to be that. They were next to God. They were it.
Wow.
They were 100% it. And I'm like,
legacy. Isn't that powerful? Mm-hmm.
I don't care where I was in the world. Grandma and grandpa was on the way. When I graduated from boot camp, any Easter speech, it don't matter what it is. Grandma and grandpa was on the way. And that's the same way I feel. Yes, she got pie day and it's just kids eating pie, but I'm going to get on this plane and go watch this little 1-year-old eat pie. Well, she's 4 now, but the baby is 1.
Okay.
Okay. So, now she in gymnastics, and I watch it I'm smarter now. I just watch it on video. That's a lot of plane tickets, girl. And there's so many more left. I need a refill. I'll be right back after a word from our sponsors.
Let me hear you! This is what winning feels like.
One room, one movement, one declaration.
I win!
Because when my sister wins, I win.
Stop waiting. This is your season. The I Win Conference is calling your name. Step into the room that changes everything. Register now before seats are gone.
What led you into the field of marriage and family therapy?
That is an excellent question. And it was years before I really had the answer, because of course I want to help people.
Okay.
So what happened when I was 15, my mom had what is now known as a major depressive episode.
Okay.
But then it was called a nervous breakdown.
Oh.
And it lasted for 2 years. And my mom was gone. I was motherless. And my dad was taking her to different doctors. They couldn't figure out what was going on. So all intents and purposes, I was then thrust into the mother role and the first lady role. And no one checked in to see how scary that was for me, or how can I help you. I had this one lady, I thought, oh, she said, hey, are you going to be home? I want to come see you. And I thought, wow, yay, somebody finally sees what, me. Right. And she came over and she said, are you here alone? I said, yes. She said, good. Where's your ironing board? I said, excuse me? She said, where's your ironing board? I need to teach you how to iron because your father had a wrinkled handkerchief when he preached, and you should never let that happen.
What?
And, yeah. And so I got the ironing board, but inside I was like,
Crying, I'm sure.
Oh my God. Well, we talked earlier how we'll suppress pain.
Yeah, we do.
So I did. And so when people ask me that question and I look back, that the Lord brought that moment to mind because I needed me. I needed someone who would sit with me, listen to me, care with me, give me permission to hurt.
Right.
And know that God sees you and that he cares.
Right.
I needed a Donna Scott,
Yes.
licensed marriage and family therapist, or a sister in Christ or a brother in Christ. So that's why I'm here.
Okay.
To help people who don't have a voice, don't even know that they have pain. They just have these reactions that they don't even know why. And I love ministering to Christians because we have that, oh, you shouldn't be depressed. The joy of the Lord is your strength. If you would just do what God says, then right. And so it's my joy.
Okay.
People are like, when are you going to retire? I'm not going to retire. I love it. I may see less clients or Lord, keep my brain working. But it's that when my clients have that aha moment, that it's not their fault, or they can talk and share what they're feeling and not be pushed away. Those who feel like God can't possibly love them because shame is so loud, and I can help them see the truth that Zephaniah tells us that he sings songs over us, and that Isaiah says that we're his, and that we're precious and honored in his sight. That's joy.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's how I got here.
Okay. That's actually a good reason to be here.
Yeah.
Well, because I think it says a lot about our God, how we can take something, the purpose and the pain. We just finished talking about that.
We did.
Take something and want to automatically help someone else.
Yes.
And I love that. Again, that is how the best version of me came about. And that was very scary because I'm not a person who puts my business. I wasn't a person who puts my business.
You wasn't.
Out. Right. Because now I'm going to say it. I'm going to say it because the freedom I feel by talking about it or saying it is necessary for me to stay okay in my head. I have to. Not only that, I have a right. I have a right to. I do. And it took me so long. I did go through some CPT therapy. I guess you say CP therapy, but I went through it because I kept making everything my fault. Everything for years. It's my fault. It's my fault. Okay. Me and this person had this argument. Obviously, I said something. Obviously, I did something.
It's on me.
Right. It's on me. And I should have done A, B, and C.
Yes.
And I would be lying if I say I don't still deal with it a little bit, because it's hard to come out of something you've practiced and rehearsed
decades,
and it's a part of you. So
now
definitely. I still often say, well, I should have done A, B, and C. But I also put the facts with it. Is that really the case? Is it really my fault that he cheated on me? Is it really that my fault that my mom made that decision? Is it really my fault that whatever it may be? So now I have it, but now I have tools to deal with it. And I use it all the time because it's practical. People don't understand that. It's not that, oh, I saw my therapist for a week and it's over. No, it's constant change and practice, just like you would practice anything else.
Exactly.
Football is not football because they had a summer vacation or summer whatever and it was over. No,
it wasn't a one and done.
It wasn't.
Right?
It wasn't. And that's not how our brain works either. No. 21 days makes a habit. So if nothing else, do it for 21 days. But it's just so many things I didn't know I was holding on. And church had a lot to do with that. The way that I was thinking, or the way that I was stuck, should I say. Because I really did think that everybody else, other than the people in my church, were going to hell. They're not. And I'm like, just certain things.
That and everybody else in the church has it all together, and you're the only one struggling.
But that's what we do, though.
We do.
We forget where we came from.
A good point.
That's why the scripture, when it says, and such were some of us. Once we had time to, I don't want to say master what we're doing, but almost master being in church language. And, we forget where we came from. We forget that we didn't come out the womb saved. But I'm also forgetting that this session ain't about me. So we could do this all day. I'm interested in the book. I just, where did it come from? What made you say, you know what, I'm gonna write about this? And where did it stem from?
Okay, so I am a speaker. I much prefer speaking.
Okay,
that is my second happy place, and actually, it's kind of becoming my first happy place. But because I can reach more people, right?
Right.
Hear God's truth, hear His love for you. So, the Lord was leading me to go to a speakers conference in North Carolina, from San Diego to North Carolina, right? But I was really prompted by the Holy Spirit to go. So when I went to register for it, they asked, did you want a publisher's appointment? And I was like, no. I didn't even know there was a writer's component to it. No.
Okay.
So I go downstairs because I'm getting ready to leave. I'm like, I'm registered. At the front door, Gladys, Holy Spirit stops me. You need to go back up and register for a publisher's appointment. And I'm like, now I wish I could. No, I don't wish. We're keeping it real, right?
Yes, we are.
I'm not that, God tells you to do it. Okay, Lord. I'm Moses. I'm like, I don't have a book. And I'm literally going back and forth like Moses. I don't have a book. The Lord's like, yes, you do. I'm like, no, I don't. And then he said this, something that never, ever occurred to me. I want you to write a book on surviving childhood sexual abuse from a biblical, personal, and therapeutic perspective.
Just like that.
Just like that.
Wow.
Just like that. Gladys, I don't like writing emails. You barely can do a text. Barely. And you want me to write a book, Lord? So fine, I was like, fine, I'll go register because you told me to. So I get up there and I was late. So I was put on a wait list. Yay, okay. I was obedient. God just needed to know I would just obey, right?
Right.
Yeah, no, I got not one, but 2 publisher appointments. And so I just told them what God told me, right? Okay. So they're like, so you don't have a proposal? You don't even know what a proposal is, do you? I was like, nope. So they sent me home. They gave me how to put a proposal together. Talk about labor intensive. Anyway, so both ended up saying no. And one publisher editor said, listen, I could not get my whole board to agree, but you've got to write this book. We need your story. And so that then God took me on another journey with, okay, I got to do it private. Then he opened the door to get a publishing company. And in obedience, that's how the tapestry of trauma, transforming the tangles of childhood sexual abuse into God's masterpiece, came about.
Wow.
And I've always loved the story about the woman with the issue of blood.
Mm-hmm.
That story has always fascinated me. And so the Lord wanted me to, from the biblical perspective, pull in her story.
Okay.
And the insights he gave me from that was so powerful. And I wanted to make her come to life. So I gave her a name. I looked up Hebrew names.
Okay.
And Eliana means the Lord responds. And so that's what I call the woman with the issue of blood, Eliana.
That's beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
That is beautiful.
Yep.
What are some of the common misconceptions about trauma recovery?
It's kind of like what you were saying earlier, that we push it so far down that we don't know it's impacting us. So first of all, we've got to be aware that we're being impacted.
Right.
And the impact can be so I opened the book with my weight health journey.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And my friend, another colleague, we share and support each other in that. And so something she asked, I can't even remember. She said, why can't we, or whatever. Mm-hmm. And this slipped out of my mouth. And I said, because if the weight comes off, men will notice me and I'll get hurt. Mm. She was shocked. I was shocked it came out, right? Yeah. And by this time I've been married. I think I had 2 or 3 kids at that point, and that slipped out. Wow. And I realized it was my childhood sexual abuse trauma.
Right. Right.
Throughout my journey, I would have memories of that and push it away and forget. I didn't think I had ever told my mom. And years later, she's like, you did tell me. That's why we stopped, your exposure to that person. Okay. I never remembered doing that. Wow. Never. To this day, I don't remember that. I was actually, the Lord, my practicum site, my very first counseling site, was the only San Diego counseling center that dealt with childhood abuse.
Wow.
The only one. I was single with no kids. Lord, why are you sending me to work with kids? In the middle, and I would work with adults too. In the middle of one of my sessions, this again, awareness, not aware that she needed trauma work. She was just coming because when she had a daughter, she didn't want her husband to touch her daughter. Mm-hmm. And she was like, he's an amazing man. He's done nothing wrong, but I lose it. That's why she came to see me.
Yeah.
And as we were unpacking things, and part of our questionnaire was, have you experienced abuse? No. In the middle of a session, she says, oh my gosh, I was abused. And she starts coming out. In the middle of that, I was like, I was too. When I signed up for the practicum, they asked if I had abuse. I said no. I had buried it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I had buried it. So definitely awareness of the hurt, awareness of the pain. I've had someone else come because they were dealing with anger issues. It was rooted in the wounds from her past.
Right.
So once the awareness happens, and then you ask for help. And so the first part of the book, I split the book up into 2 parts.
Okay.
And it's the wounding. And even though I specifically talk about childhood sexual abuse, any childhood or abuse history,
Right.
the tips will work. So I talk about the tapestry. So when I looked at tapestry and I watched videos about it, and it's so fascinating, Gladys, because the tapestry maker, he has a loom, right?
Mm-hmm.
And on this loom, he starts with the vertical
Mm-hmm.
threads, and he gets all those laid out. Then he has a mirror in front of him. So he has a chair. I should have brought it. But anyway, he's sitting in a chair. The loom is right here. And in front of the loom is a mirror.
Okay.
And the mirror is reflecting behind him the picture that he's creating a tapestry out of.
Oh.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Okay. Now, the side he's looking at is all the knots and tangles, right? But he already has a vision of what's coming. So he lays the vertical threads. And then as he weaves in the horizontal threads, what happens is the vertical threads are no longer seen.
That's true.
Right? So for the first part, the wounding, I use the threads horizontal, the vertical threads, because they're our foundation, the wounds that happen. And I did different colors for like shame, fear, all those that are symptoms or residuals of trauma.
Right.
And how they impact us. I even one chapter, because I did a survey to see what people needed from the book. And the number one thing was, how do I handle intimacy with my husband?
Wow.
Because that spouse is actually a secondary victim of the original perpetrator.
100%. 100%.
100%. And nobody was talking about that either.
No.
So then once I break that down in the first half and I talk about God's healing, and then I talk about the horizontal threads of faith, compassion, perseverance. How do you manage setbacks? Because as you were saying, it's not a one and done.
It's not.
You can be healing from your journey. And I also talk about how we can have triggers. So an example of a trigger that I had that caught me off guard was I was driving, and you know how San Diego's becoming LA. It's crazy.
Right.
But I was driving down the street and this car came up and it was a man and he was flirting with me from his car. And I had a panic attack and I was terrified that he was going to hurt me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because he noticed me. Right. Yeah. I drove home so fast and hid in my room.
Yeah.
And I was like, what was that? Right. So it's how do you manage those? Knowing triggers may or may not, most likely will not go away. But your ability to manage them and handle them.
Right.
Because you're aware, and the tips that I share on how to handle that. And when I talk about, so when a trigger comes, then sometimes you feel like I'm never going to get better. It's never. And then I say, okay, this is where perseverance kicks in. The woman, Eliana, doctor after doctor after doctor, right? She never gave up. And then she heard about a man called Jesus. And culturally, because can you imagine an unending menstrual cycle? I can say that, right?
I actually can.
Right? Decades, years. We don't know how long.
I had 10 months.
10 months
of straight cycle.
Oh, Gladys. Oh,
and I remember thinking about the story I'm like,
Relate to Eliana.
12 years of this? Oh, mm-mm.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-mm.
Mm-hmm. And then culturally, you were unclean.
Clean, right.
So that meant you couldn't go to church. You couldn't go to the store. You really couldn't be in relationship because anything you touched, if they touched it, they were unclean.
Right.
So you were isolated.
Right.
Right? So this woman who persevered for her healing was breaking the law by going in the crowd of the people. She broke the law.
Right.
She broke the law by touching the tassel on Jesus' prayer shawl.
Yep.
We call that the hem of the garment. She broke the law, but she was not giving up till she got her healing.
Right. Right.
She got her healing. And when she did, she was healed and she was walking away. But what happened? Jesus called her. He said, what happened? And one of the threads I talk about is courage. Because she had the courage to tell her story. She could have left.
Mm-hmm.
Now she has to confess, y'all, I broke the law. All y'all contaminated. Jesus too. Right?
Right.
Literally.
Right.
And the courage to tell her story, Gladys.
Wow.
And because she did that, she is the only woman Jesus calls daughter. The only one. That gift would have been missed if she had went away without telling her story.
Right. Took
And
off
the peace. And think about this too. He also confirmed her healing. Because imagine the next month when her period came, the fear she would have had.
Trigger.
Starting all over again. Trigger.
Ooh-wee. Ooh-wee.
But she had the promise of Jesus that she was healed.
Right. Right.
And God and Jesus kept his promises.
Wow. And he
So, yeah. So watching God create that masterpiece, because see, we look at the tangles on the mess on the back with our trauma history. God is the master weaver. He's looking ahead to what he already knows we'll be.
He knows.
And we are masterpieces, not despite our trauma, but because and with our trauma.
Wow.
God takes it and makes it beautiful.
Wow.
Yeah.
One of my biggest ways of dealing, which I know now is not a good thing, even though part of me feels like I should still, but avoidance is what I was doing. I just, certain things that happen or had happened, I just don't put myself in that situation ever again.
Yes.
And I've learned now that that's avoidance, but to me, that kept me safe. So I will continue to do that. And that's what I was trying to tell the therapist at one time. But one of the things about trauma is it spills over into everything. And certain things I had to, because I didn't feel like I had control over certain situations.
Yes.
It's almost like now I have to control whatever situation.
Yes.
And something even, she laughed. We both laughed, but I said, I sit at the window on the plane. So I know where he going. And she says, do you really know where he's going? Well, no, but it makes me feel like I'm in control when I see him turn right or turn left. Is he over water? Is he over land? Did he go up? Did he go down? I'm watching. I mean, even though that was a 10-hour flight to Brazil. I'm out the window. Why he turning like that? Wait, what's wrong with, but it makes me feel calm that I'm watching. Same reason I don't go to sleep when anybody's driving but me. I'm not going to sleep ever. But I do understand, which I didn't before. I just thought that's just how I was. But it is literally trauma.
Yes.
It is trauma, and that is the way I've dealt with it.
Outside, why you worry when you know that he gonna make a way? I done seen him make a blessing like 100 ways. Everybody got a time, a dog gon' have a day. Only running to the Lord, I never run away. Curving him, demons try to get me, but swerving them, circle them, target in my flesh, I had to murder him. Satan only come to steal your joy just like a burglar. Smirking him, I know he got it covered like a pergola. We go ahead and knock it out the park and turn the bases. You was walking fade and started running out of patience. I sat at the table with my plate, I'm saying graces. We cast all our cares, forget your past and turn the page. I say, yeah, buddy, rolling like a big shot.
We are super excited to welcome Black Girl Vitamins as one of our official sponsors for the 2026 I Win Conference.
Big announcement. Black Girl Vitamins is now an official sponsor of the 2026 Sisters Cafe I Win Conference. Wellness meets winning, and we are here for it.
Yeah. And the thing with trauma is, it's almost like that word is a buzzword, but it's not actually the event that happened.
Right.
That's trauma. It's our response to the life-threatening or physically threatening or scary thing.
Right.
Our reaction, because some people can have a similar threatening experience and be okay.
Right.
There's so many other reasons that go into it.
Right.
But I love how you're explaining how it spills over in ways you're not aware.
Right.
And so it's kind of like, I heard it explained this way. You know how you have a file cabinet and you open it and you put the folder in and it slides in and you can close the drawer?
Yes.
With trauma, the file cabinet won't slide in the slot in your brain. And so when you try to close the file drawer, it won't close.
That makes sense.
So your brain knows something's not quite right. How do we compensate for that? I know, we'll look out the window.
Right.
Of a plane.
Right.
Right. We'll stay awake. Otherwise, And we have all these coping mechanisms, which are fine unless they interrupt the quality of life.
Right.
And that's when we have to intervene. That's when it's like, okay, this is not working.
No.
What's happening? How can I get this file cabinet closed?
And we must, because I feel, I hate to say the word lucky, but I feel almost blessed that was my coping mechanism, because there could be so many more. I remember after being divorced the first time, well, I didn't get a second divorce, but when I got divorced, I was like, I couldn't be alone. I couldn't sleep by myself.
Scary.
But I would just have people there to sleep in the bed. But, you know, obviously they was like, oh, I'm not just coming over here to sleep. So I find myself repeatedly with different people just so I can have somebody that I can sleep with.
And probably not even realizing it.
Not till way later.
Yeah.
Not till way later. Not till, you know, after, you know, my mom made a joke about me just liking guys. And I was trying to explain, it's not that I just like them. This is happening. But she wasn't understanding what I'm saying.
Right.
You know, and then it became like a running joke in the family that, you know, I'm always going to have a boyfriend, but nobody understood. They didn't see your pain. They did it. And a lot of people don't. I've had people say, well, you look like you're fine. What am I supposed to look like? Like,
looks are deceiving.
They are severely deceiving. Severely, but that also, I had to look at myself. Why do you act like there's nothing wrong? Because somebody asked me, oh, I'm fine. Because I don't say anything. I'm not going to say anything.
It's not safe to say anything.
It's not safe.
Somewhere you've learned that it's not safe to say anything.
In church? I'm sorry to say it, but yes. You learn everybody. One of my biggest things, chapter 4 of the book is check your squad. And what I tell your friend, they're not. And I use the example of what a friend should be, and that's in I think it's Acts 4, where the 4 friends lowered the man down, crawled. Right. That's what I want my friends to do. Do whatever they got to do to get me to Jesus. That's what friends do. But I always talk about everybody's not your friend while we calling everybody sis and bro and uncle, and they don't even like you. Like we gotta stop it. Everybody's not for you. You telling your dreams and your visions to everybody, and they figured out how to either copy it or sabotage it. No, keep your stuff to yourself until it's boom, done.
Yeah.
You know, confide in God. We talk a lot, especially with the age of social media. We put all our business on social media. And I'm like,
oh my goodness.
You're not even gonna feel the same way tomorrow. Why would you put that out there or somebody else's business out there?
Yeah.
You know, I'm like, I get the freedom of speech and I'm just transparent. I get that, but I'm still dealing with what should be transparent and what's not. Now I am more transparent in here, and in the private group than I am anywhere.
Because you created safety.
Of safe, yes, because people have to feel safe and know that there are women out here that's not going to tell your business, that are rooting for you.
Yeah.
I'm a collaborator. I'm not a competitor. I'm not. And I feel like we all can win. We are some of the most amazing bounce back people I've ever met in my life. Like, my goodness, we do rule the world. Yes. We do. And I'm like, I wish we knew that when we were younger. I wish we knew how amazing we are, and what we were going to be, and we could change laws and, just, oh my God, we're intelligent, we're smart, we're kind, we're nurturing, we know how to do stuff. And if we don't know how to do stuff,
we figure it out.
I just, you know what I mean? We don't know that when we sick. That's why you don't know nothing wrong with us, because we keep it moving.
We do.
But then somebody has to be somewhere to pour back in, or we got to allow it. Let me say that too. We have to allow for people to pour back into us. So that's one thing. And that's why having a good mate is a very good idea. Very good idea.
I'm glad you said good, not perfect.
No.
Because we all mess up.
We do. And especially when you get with somebody, for me to raise my boys by myself and then turn around and get married, now I have to get out of head of household mindset. Yes. Which is work for me. Yes. That's work for me. And then my own little traumas and things like, okay, did he lock the door? Okay, did he close the door? Let me go make sure that thing is okay. No, those are kind of things, or he makes a decision. I have to be lady enough to say, okay, baby, whatever you say. Even if I think it's wrong or know it's wrong, he gonna have to find out it's wrong. And I can't be back there talking about I told you so. I can't
that part.
I cannot do
that
it.
part.
It's always, you can always get to your better self.
Yes.
But when you can have somebody that sees something's going on, I'll give you a good example. I just did a 3-day revival last month. Okay. And we did it on Zoom though, because it was snowing in Shreveport. But
I don't know what that's like.
No.
Being in San Diego, I have no idea what you're talking about.
It was snowing. Yeah, it don't do it often, but once a year it looks like it does.
Okay.
And it snowed out here last year. I was like, I didn't know y'all had snow, but it was beautiful. It was beautiful. Okay. But what I loved about that, or anytime I do it in person, the fact that he's the first person to lay hands on me when it's over.
Yeah.
I love that. I absolutely love when we first got married. He didn't know I knew it because I'd act like I was asleep. But he gets up around 2:33 to pray. Ooh. And he would lay there and pray over me before he walked out the room to go do his own prayer.
Yeah.
And I would never say no. I was like, wow, that's amazing to me. Or when we were, so I have a really bad back pain.
Yeah.
And we were in Italy. I was walking up this hill and I just thought, I kept looking back because I'm like, it's probably better if I just go back and sit in the van because I don't know if I can make it anymore. I was in such pain. And I kind of knew that. I should have did something better. I don't know if I needed a back brace or a wagon. I don't know. But I didn't know it was that many hills in Italy. But I remember telling him a story. When something is hard for me and it's tough, I go into boot camp mode. And I will. If something hurts, if I know I got to get through something, I will automatically start singing boot camp cadence in my head.
Okay.
I have to, because it makes me push through.
Yeah.
I did. So we were going up the hill, and I remember saying, "But I think I should just go back. Maybe I should just sit on the curb till y'all are done, because I can't move no more."
Mhm.
And he was like, "You could do it. You could do it." I'm like, "You're not hearing me." And so, but I was yelling. He said, "I was like,
Oh, you weren't using your inside voice?
I was, because I was low key crying. Oh, I was in so much. Oh, it was hurting
Oh,
so bad.
wow. Oh,
And
wow.
I'm taking these big steps, but slow, because he just walked. Boom, boom. Yeah, he's retired Army, so he's. And I'm thinking, okay, fine, you go. I'll catch up. He got behind me and started singing cadence. I thought that was the coolest thing in the world. So cool, but it shifted my mind. And we got up that hill. He was behind me, and he walked me up all the way up to that hill.
Wow.
And I just kind of looked. I'm like, you know what? I didn't even know you remembered that story.
And that's that power of being known.
It is.
Being seen and known.
I've never been somebody's priority. I wasn't even sure what that felt like. Like at first, I thought it was weird. And he was like, "What color are we wearing today?" "What you mean?" "Go get dressed." Like, and it was, you want some coffee? If I want coffee, I'll go get it. But it took me a long time. I'm like, oh,
yeah.
I didn't know he was not playing a game with me. I'm so used to being played with.
Exactly.
And it took me a minute. And now I know that's his person. That's really who he is.
Yeah.
And it's amazing. I tell you, God does all things well. But we're going to go, because I need to let you go. It's so much more. So we will probably have to have a part 2 and stick, or I might have to have you out here so we can have people.
That would be amazing.
No time limit. Yeah, it's no time limit. So before I let you go, I always do a segment called Rapid Fire.
Okay.
So I'm going to give you 2 choices, and you have to pick them without thinking. So it's first thing to come to your mind.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Ta-da! Yes.
Gentle healing or steady healing?
I have to pick one or the other?
Yes.
I think gentle healing is steady healing.
Okay, that's an answer. Small steps or quiet breakthroughs?
Small steps.
Compassion for self or compassion for others?
Compassion for self, because that empowers you to have compassion for others.
Great answer. Restorative rest or reflective journaling?
Restorative rest.
Grace in the process or patience in the process?
I need some grace.
Okay. Untangling threads or weaving new patterns?
Weaving new patterns.
God restoring or God revealing?
God restoring.
Trust the process or trust the weaver?
Well, it's the same.
It is.
Trust the process, because the weaver knows what he's doing.
Looking back with understanding or forward with hope?
Gosh, you give me these answers that merge, right? Because I can look back with understanding,
and then
then I can march forward with hope.
But
right?
that's still an answer. It's allowed.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
Morning stillness or evening reflection?
Oh, morning stillness.
Nature walk or quiet room?
Oh. Quiet room. Quiet room.
Warm tea or hot coffee?
Warm tea.
Soft music or silence?
Soft music.
Okay, you got through it. So if you could please, 1, tell us where to get the book, and B, tell us how we can stay in contact with you.
Okay. So the book is still on Amazon. So and you have the title. So The Tapestry of Trauma by Donna Scott. I think it has LMFT on there. And the best way to be in contact with me is DonnaScottTherapy.com.
Okay.
DonnaScottTherapy.com. And when you go to my website, I offer a free ebook called Untangled. And to help you with your awareness of
Now,
what may be impacting you.
Is Untangled similar to the story of the weaving?
No, I go on a different angle for it's an acronym
Get it.
for the tangles. So how to get untangled.
Untangled. Okay.
Mhm.
All right. So if you could give our audience a final word of hope or anything you would want to share with us, anything, what it could be encouraging, inspiring.
Yes. Here, sisters, what I want you to understand is you were made in the image of God. And there is that verse in the Bible that talks about the woman is the helpmeet or the helper suitable.
Mhm.
That phrase in the original language is the same phrase used for the Holy Spirit.
Wow.
You have a power that gets buried and gets silenced. Jesus ministered to women, and the way he loves you and the way God created you, he did not create you to be silent. He created you to be the beautiful masterpiece, his amazing work of art. And I know circumstances can blind you to that or bury that. But please remember Ephesians 2:10, because he said you're his masterpiece and he created you to do the things that he prepared for you that you may be doing already, or you may not even know what that is yet. But he wouldn't give you a task that he didn't think you could handle. So don't let Satan keep you silent. Don't suffer in silence. If you're hurting, or as Gladys and I shared, reach out. You can send me a text or a message. I know I'm in San Diego, but I can try to help you get the help you need, because you matter and you are God's daughter. Never forget.
Amen to that. Y'all, make sure you go get the book, Tapestry of Trauma. Go download the free ebook that she has up there.
On my website.
All of her speaking and her teaching. Go to her website. I will put the website right here.
Okay.
Seek counseling and support when you need it.
Yes.
That's important. And
Yes.
share this episode with anybody who needs hope. It's not just for women, because men need help too.
They absolutely do.
Oh, they absolutely do. But we don't want to leave them out. It just happens to be a Sisters Cafe thing, but this is for all people, regardless of age. I know sometimes when we get up in age, we don't need that. We don't need that. But everybody can use the help.
Yeah.
But thank you, everybody, for being here. We are super excited. We will have a part 2. Everybody, make sure that you go check out the website at www.sisterscafeinc.com. And don't forget, next month is the 2026 I Win Conference, March 27th and 28th. Y'all register, book your rooms, because that rate is not going to stay. And make sure anything you need to know, go ahead and go to the website and check it out. We need sponsors, vendors, volunteers, and advertisers. Get at your girl so we can hook you up. Thank you for being here. And Donna, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me here. I loved it. We had a great time, didn't we?
We did. All right, everybody. We'll see you again next time for another segment of Sisters Cafe. Bye.
Bye.
Just